Hey guys, happy Friday. As a surprise, I know a lot of people have been asking for a while. I'm going to show you how to do my origami dragon. So for this, you're going to need a sheet of paper, a pair of scissors. If you have a square piece of paper, that works better. Otherwise, you're going to take a normal piece of paper like this. Fold that where the top meets the side. It gives you this little extra piece left over so you can cut it off. I don't know where my scissors are, so I'm having to do a little different. There's that. And I have my square piece of paper. Okay. So this one's going to take a while. So if you need to pause the video at any point, take a break, however you want to do this. But I'll show you step by step. Okay, so you've got it folded that way, right? That's how you got the square. Now you're going to take and fold it in half. That way. It gives you X marks the spot. Now, at this point, you're going to flip it upside down. And so you should have it. It looks almost like a mountain, right? Where that one pop up. Now you're gonna fold it in half, side to side. Line up as best you can, because the better you line this up now, the better it works out in the end. Like that. Unfold it. And now I want the line here, so fold it this way. So now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in it, right? Now, if you do this the way I showed you, it makes it a lot easier, because what happens if you fold this back this way, you can kind of pinch this and pinch here, and what's going to happen is you can kind of see it. This opens up, right? This opens up. What happens is you can kind of see where it connects like this, right? And you can fold top over and the bottom under. That way you have 2 on each side, okay? Cool. So now you have a smaller square. It has 2 folded sides, and then 2 open sides. Okay. This is the bird base. So if you're having a hard time following along this, and you do better looking at like printout directions, you can Google origami dragon, and this is the bird base right here. So anytime you want to make any kind of bird, you'll need that base. Okay, now for the dragon part, we're going to leave this open part here, the part that wants to open back up. We're going to leave this at the bottom, okay? The folded part, when it all comes together to make a little point or an X marks a spot, that's going to be the top. Okay, so it's still 2 on this side, still 2 on this side. We're going to fold these in, the open part at the bottom, to make it look like a kite. So these are going to line up along the middle, just like this. Remember, the better these are now, the better it looks in the end. So you don't want to overlap these. You want to get them close, but you don't want to overlap them. Okay, there's my cat on that side, and I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. And I know if I'm doing it right, because it'll match up to what I did on the back side. match it up. Same thing over here, match it up. Now I have the kite or ice cream cone. You're gonna eat the ice cream out of the ice cream cone. Just fold that down. Right? Like it's folded down. And now you have this cool little triangle. Yeah. Pop that back up. Open these up. Turn it around and open these up. Okay. And turn it back around. Because you want this part where this points up like this. There's a reason for that. Because you're going to take, you're going to open up. Just take that top piece of paper right there. The rest of them can stay at the bottom. Take that top piece of paper. You're going to fold back. See how it wants to crease on there? Let it crease right there. It'll go straight back like that. And then you can kind of help it by seeing the creases that are already there. It wants to go into a diamond shape. Like this. Cool. Just gotta help it. Okay. Now I've got that into a diamond. We'll turn it over. And what I'm gonna do to help it is that little piece right there. Remember that was the ice cream that we ate. We're gonna fold that down the other way and give it a really good tight crease and bend it back up, because that's what's gonna help make the diamond. So I'm gonna open this side up, right? I'm gonna keep it from going back on that right there. Point it up just like this, and all these are gonna want, you might have to pop it in a little bit, kind of coerce a little bit, but they're gonna want to go backwards on their other folds to help create that diamond. You just gotta help it. Okay, now just make sure all this stuff is folded like good. Okay, so now if you've gotten this far, good job. Because, like I said, this is not easy. It took me 2 weeks to finally be able to follow through the video. You guys are a lot smarter than I am, and that video was not easy. But now you're at the point where you got the kite. There's an open bottom to the kite, and there's a closed top. So actually, this one doesn't do that. The bottom has what I like to call legs. So when we go to put this down, we're going to put the bottom on the left side, so over here. Okay. And the closed part, like this, that won't open up like that, it's going to be right side, because what we're going to do is we're going to now take and fold these into the middle, like kind of like what we did with the kite, on the side that doesn't open up. So have it pointing this way. See, these still open up over here. We don't want that. Okay. So I folded that into the middle. I can take and fold that one into the middle as well. So now I have this tighter diamond shape down here. Open part still up here. Okay. So once I get those two squished together, I'm going to take and I'm going to fold those pieces up in the middle like that. Okay. And then we'll pick this up. And if you notice this bottom piece right here, it wants to fold. Let it. You're going to let it fold back on itself. It's right there. Okay. So you got the kite on the bottom, long point. Right. So where's that? Just kind of went back away. And you're going to squish it down. So now you have what looks kind of like a futuristic tank, like a really abstract looking tank. See, you got that. No, okay. So now for the next part, we're going to take. Oops, don't let this come loose. We're going to take this back part right here. See, I want to fold along that, and we're going to take and point that forward to where it matches along with that. over. Do the same thing. So this little part wants to come forward. You're just going to match what you did on the other side. You can try and match because sometimes it wants to kind of act a little funny. Just got to tell it who the boss is, right? Okay. So now it should look like this. Okay. So you should have look like this on both sides. I want it to come out. Yeah. Okay. So next step, you're gonna take this because this is gonna be one of the wings eventually. You're gonna fold it straight up along that line. Right. You're gonna turn it around. And you're gonna imitate the same thing. So the same thing you do on this, so you're gonna do it on this side and match it up. Best of your ability. Now some people at this point tell me it looks like I've got a hummingbird. It does kind of look like it, doesn't it? Okay. So I'm going to take this to where the skinny part is facing to the left, and the bigger part's facing to the right, because I'm now going to take the bottom of this right here, and we're going to fold it in half up to that point. We're going to make it skinnier. Okay, don't go above the line there. It's just going to fold in half on itself. See, this right here gets skinnier by folding onto itself. Just like that. Now it looks even more like a hummingbird. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it back this way. It's easier for me to do it this way because this is going to be the neck of the dragon. This is going to be tail, and these are going to be the wings. So you're getting there. Now at this point, you'll see on the bottom where you can kind of stick your thumb through, right? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a pinch right here on both sides. But down here, you want your thumb to come up in, right? Kind of flatten that out a little bit. You want to push down on it, okay, to where it points down. See how it's pointing down? Because these will squeeze in or back. They're going to squeeze back, not in. And so all I did was see how it just takes, squishes it out, and then it comes down. Cool. That's the base of the neck. That helps get the part where it sits on. Because now you're going to take this same thing, stick your thumb in there, open it back up just a little bit to where it's flat, and you're going to fold it straight up on that. Okay? Because now if I squish that back, see, I holds it in, but it wants to go straight up too, right? And now we can kind of pull it out just a little bit. Just a little bit, kind of point it out that way. So now you've got the neck of the dragon, the tail, and the wings, right? Okay, for the head, you're going to take about a third of the way down, right? Take your thumb and your finger, you're going to push like that, but with your finger, you're going to kind of brace it. Because what it's going to do is it's going to help you bend it down like that and squish. Okay, get the head going the other way. Yeah, you could stop at this point and keep going with the rest of it, but you want the dragon's mouth to look like it's actually opening its mouth up, getting ready to breathe fire. So that's how you make the bird head. To make the dragon head, though, you're going to need to take, fold it in half, and then back on itself. So kind of a zigzag, right? So fold it in half, fold it in half, and you're going to bring zigzag down, right? Back to where we had it. And you're going to squish. Now, if you notice, it's not going to stay. And what happens if you did it right? I've got some really flimsy paper, guys. Sorry. Using that white paper, it works better. It'll kind of look like he's got a little bit of a mouth coming out. Okay. So now, you've got the neck and the mouth. Looks pretty good. Okay. So now for the wings. So I'm going to turn the thing upside down for now because the wings are a lot easier when you have it like this. Okay. So you're going to take and you want to fold it as far as it'll go down that way. Okay. And then, this is the hard part, because you're going to take and fold it in 3 to where it kind of matches up on that. See what I did? So I brought it over a little more past, enough to where when I folded it back, it still kind of fit in that little spot. And that gives you dragon wing. If I was to do it on the other side, fold it out, right? I'd bring it like I was going to come back. However, I go past it, so that way when I fold back on it, it gets that part. See? There's the wings, and all that's left is the tail. So for the tail, you want to come back here and grab right at the base. Take your finger, put it in like this, push up with your thumb, and what that's going to do, it's going to open that up like that, to where you can close it, right? Kind of like what we did with the head earlier. And then with this, what am I doing? I was trying to give it another head. So if you want to give it another armor plate in the tail, you do the same thing. Push down with your pointer, squeeze with your thumb, and open it up and pinch like that. And see how it kind of gives it that armored look on the tail. And there, guys, you have the origami dragon in all of its glory. Hopefully your turns out way better than mine. Slowing it down like that kind of got a little weird, but I actually remember all the things and stuff. So if you try this, and please let me see what you've got. Send it to me in an email. I want to show off what you've done, because to me this is the hardest origami I've ever done. And if you know how to do harder stuff, please send me pictures. Okay. I hope you guys had fun. Hope you have a good Friday and a good weekend. I love you, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye, guys.